I think Buck may have just found the knife that's going to keep them in business for the next 100 years. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Let's get into it. What I have in my possession and have had for the last couple of weeks so that I could play with them, the Slimline 110 and 112. They're the exact same specifications as far as handle length, blade length. This one's in nickel silver. I think it's amazing. What's that? That, my friends, is a well thought out pocket clip. Factory installed. This is not a case of them just simply grinding down the sides of a regular Buck 110 and a 112 into what is essentially almost 1/3 the thickness of a regular Buck 110 and 112. No, this is a completely re-engineered marvel. I gotta tell you, first of all, it comes in this real nifty box. So you know it's going to be special. And if you can figure out how to open the box, you're going to be happy because you're going to find a knife with the paperwork in this cute little pouch in the little bird's nest, which screams quality. These have got to be made on a whole different line. MagnaCut Steel. So MagnaCut, in the hands of the Boss Heat Treatment group, is going to squeeze every last ounce of usability out of MagnaCut. Probably more so than any other manufacturer out there. I have used the 110 and the 112 on a boatload of activities. I haven't had to touch up the edge. I haven't had to use a steel, a strop, anything. These are both still factory edge and no nicks, dents, cuts, flat spots, nothing. I wasn't sure I was going to like the nickel silver bolsters because I'm so used to taking a 110 out of a sheath or out of my pocket and seeing brass. But I'll tell you, I like it. This is two nice, hefty, solid slabs of nickel silver. Perfectly placed inside that cutout are two matching ebony slabs. The first one that I opened up was the 112, and I saw the brass. I wonder how this is going to feel being thin. I can tell you that it doesn't have that meaty heft that a regular 110 or 112 would have. You're going to get used to that real fast. It is not an issue. I have forgotten that these are thin. I mean, look at that. That's wafer thin. What movie is that from? And here's the thing. Let's get down to brass tacks. Clearly, they have set up a whole nother area, division, shop, whatever, to make these. The rivets that hold the scales on are perfectly domed. The pin, which is the pivot pin for the spring, perfectly domed on both sides. On a regular production 110, you're going to find that these rivets, when you look at them, they look like Ronald Reagan's hair. They go at an angle. It's because they are buffing it and removing material from one side, moving it over to the other a little bit, and that's it. They are cranking these babies out one every 15 minutes. These are clearly not slap together, get them done, get them out the door. These are even nicer than some of the custom shop stuff that I've seen. The fit, the finish, the blade alignment, flawless. The hafting, this part, it doesn't go anywhere other than perfectly flat. Not the norm on a regular buck 110. I really scrutinized the heck out of both of these knives, trying to find an asymmetrical grind on the edge, an asymmetrical grind here, uneven plunge lines, uneven kick. I'm not finding anything, nothing. Look at that. That baby is centered. Not the best camera work, but trust me, it's centered. Let's talk about this clip. That is sexy. That is a nice, well thought out, solid clip. It's actually pretty thick too. It's got a lot of spring to it. Those torque screws really hold this thing down. One of them goes all the way through the nickel silver and into the steel spacer there. The other one terminates inside the nickel silver. There's more than enough material there to keep that clip from wanting to fail on you. Keeping in mind that this is still a relatively weighty knife, you have this fat clip up there. Unlike, and I don't want to slam Hinderer, but those are like carrying around a can of tuna in your pocket with a really narrow pocket clip. Going to destroy your pants. This, not so much. I'm going to be honest with you. I have carried this in my right front pocket and forgotten that it's there. It tucks away just right in that pocket. There's no one-handing these and none of that. You don't want to snap this. Just use your head, open the knife. The fact that it's on a pocket clip is high-tech enough. But this guy, I put that in my pocket. I damn near threw my pants into the washer and forgot that it was there. That's how this basically just disappears when it's clipped to your pocket. And that's plenty of blade to get you through the day. There's really nothing you can't do with this 112 blade. I am so glad that I got the 112. This 112 just speaks to me. Couple of more things that you're going to find about this knife that's different than your garden variety 110 and 112. Of course, the first is the MagnaCut. The second is the fact that it opens and it's bank vault. There's no wiggle. There's no lateral. There's no wiggle. There's no wobble. There's nothing. These don't budge. I don't know if they re-engineered the locking mechanism. Everything still looks the same. But you can tell that that pivot is polished and perfectly flat. And the notch is perfectly straight angles. So when that lock and that notch made up, there's nowhere for it to go. There's no slop. Here's the other thing. I guess when it comes in a box like this, they clean the knife. If there wasn't a fingerprint on this knife, There wasn't polishing compound stuck anywhere, hidden anywhere. There was no grinding. There was none of that you normally get, and I've done videos about how to get that out of there. Not necessary. I open and close this about 25 times, put a couple of drops of oil in it, another 25 to 50 times, and was waiting to see, okay, yeah, there's got to be some polishing compound in there. No, not a thing. Nothing. Just the usual metal to metal. Yep, we're finding each other a little home here to slide on, like you're breaking in an AMG engine. Go slow at first, a little bit of oil, a little bit more oil, let it find all its happy spots, and then, oh my God, you have got a knife for life. This is insane. I'm so glad I lived long enough for Buck Knives to go, that Tom, he had a good idea. Let's improve the 110 and the 112. I think what we have here is the new gold standard for a traditional hunting knife and everyday carry knife, but in a package that has some high-tech elements that are going to attract more people to use this knife. I know that since I got these two knives, I haven't touched my other 110s. What's the point? My oldest one has the 440C steel in it. Good steel, but still, the knife is a boat anchor. And then the other one with the finger grooves has the 420HC. Again, almost a boat anchor, but 420HC. Not the greatest steel in the world, but not MagnaCut. I mean, holy crap. I've broken down boxes with this. I've carved on a dog's chew toy to get off all the bite marks. I've done scraping with this. I've cut wood. I've done whittling for spoons. You might think, that's not going to hurt a knife. I use really, really old oak wood, and it's hard. And I've had microchips and bends and folds in edges on other less capable knives. I wear a glove because this thing's so damn sharp. If I slip, either this hand is coming off or a finger is coming off. But on the plus side, it will be such a clean cut and all the way through, I can simply just package up the removed appendage, put it in some ice, wrap it in a towel, that kind of thing. Don't use tissue. Use terry cloth. And off to the hospital, and a skilled surgeon would be able to reattach that, no problem. Thank you, Buck Knives. If you want the reliability and the traditionalness, is that a word, of a Buck 110 or a Buck 112, but don't want it to be a boat anchor and want it to have really great steel, properly heat treated, in a package that's not going to wobble, wiggle, or fail you, then get one. Thanks for watching.